Let me ask you something. When was the last time you really thought about your vaginal health? Not just when something felt off, but truly understanding what's normal, what's not, and what your body might be trying to tell you. Hi, I'm Dr. Gabrielle Lyon, and today we're diving into a topic that doesn't get nearly enough honest conversation: how to take back control of your vaginal health. Now, before we get started, let's clear one thing up. This isn't just about symptoms or quick fixes. Your vaginal health is deeply connected to your overall metabolic health, your hormones, your nutrition, and even your stress levels. And yes, men face their own challenges too, from testosterone decline to metabolic dysfunction. But women's health issues are often overlooked, dismissed, or simply misunderstood. The truth is, what's happening in your gut, your diet, and your daily habits all affect your vaginal environment. So today, we'll talk about what your body really needs to stay balanced, the lifestyle changes that make the biggest difference, and how to feel confident and in control. Again, hormonal balance plays one of the most critical roles in maintaining vaginal health. Yet it's often the most overlooked factor when women experience changes or discomfort. The body operates as a finely tuned system, and hormones act as messengers that control nearly every process, from metabolism and mood to sexual function and tissue repair. When this balance is disrupted, even slightly, the effects can show up in very personal ways: vaginal dryness, irritation, infections, changes in pH, or reduced libido. These signs are your body's way of communicating that something deeper is out of alignment. Understanding this connection can completely change the way you view your health and how you take care of yourself over time. Estrogen is one of the most important hormones for vaginal health. It maintains the thickness and elasticity of the vaginal lining, supports blood flow, and encourages the production of natural lubrication. When estrogen levels begin to fluctuate, especially during perimenopause, menopause, or times of extreme stress, many women notice dryness, sensitivity, or even a burning sensation. This isn't just a surface level issue. It's a reflection of tissue changes that happen when estrogen decreases. Low estrogen leads to thinning of the vaginal walls and reduced natural moisture, making the area more prone to irritation and infections. Restoring balance, whether through lifestyle, nutrition, or medical guidance, can often relieve these symptoms and help the tissues return to their natural, healthy state. But estrogen isn't working alone. Progesterone, testosterone, and even cortisol all interact in ways that affect vaginal health. Progesterone helps regulate the menstrual cycle and supports the uterine lining. But when it drops too low, it can contribute to hormonal imbalance symptoms like irregular cycles, mood swings, and a feeling of fatigue that indirectly affects sexual and reproductive health. Testosterone, although usually discussed in the context of men's health, is also crucial for women. It plays a role in sexual desire, muscle maintenance, and tissue strength. Low testosterone can lead to a lack of energy, decreased libido, and a general sense of weakness or disconnection from your body. On the other hand, high stress and elevated cortisol levels can suppress both estrogen and testosterone, creating a cascade effect that leads to imbalance, fatigue, and changes in vaginal function. Modern lifestyle habits have made hormonal balance harder to maintain. Poor nutrition, irregular sleep, high stress, lack of movement, and exposure to endocrine disrupting chemicals in food and personal care products all interfere with hormonal harmony. Every time your body perceives stress, whether it's emotional pressure, overtraining, or lack of recovery, it prioritizes survival. This means cortisol rises and sex hormone production drops because your body is wired to protect you from perceived danger before reproduction or repair. Over time, this constant state of stress leads to irregular cycles, reduced fertility, and changes in vaginal comfort. The key is not to eliminate all stress, but to manage it effectively through recovery, mindfulness, and consistency in healthy habits. Nutrition is another major player in hormonal balance. What you eat directly impacts how your hormones are produced, metabolized, and cleared from the body. Diets high in processed foods, refined sugars, and unhealthy fats can increase inflammation and disrupt insulin sensitivity, which has a downstream effect on estrogen and progesterone levels. In contrast, a diet rich in whole foods, lean proteins, fiber, healthy fats, and phytonutrient-dense vegetables supports hormone detoxification and helps stabilize energy throughout the day. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, kale, and cauliflower contain compounds that support estrogen metabolism, while omega-3 fatty acids from fish or flax seeds help reduce inflammation and improve tissue health. Even hydration plays a role in maintaining vaginal moisture and circulation, two aspects directly influenced by hormonal regulation. Physical activity is another natural regulator of hormones. Regular strength training, moderate cardio, and mobility work can help improve insulin sensitivity, balance cortisol, and boost the production of endorphins, which positively influence hormonal stability. Movement improves blood flow throughout the body, including to the pelvic region, enhancing tissue oxygenation and nutrient delivery. This improved circulation supports vaginal health at a cellular level. However, overexercising or pushing the body too hard without adequate recovery can have the opposite effect by increasing cortisol and throwing off the delicate balance of sex hormones. The best approach is sustainable movement that supports, rather than stresses, your body. Sleep is one of the most underestimated yet powerful tools for restoring hormonal balance. During deep sleep, the body repairs tissues, regulates the endocrine system, and resets metabolic processes. When you consistently get poor quality sleep or too little of it, your cortisol levels rise, your insulin response weakens, and your body struggles to produce optimal levels of estrogen and progesterone. Over time, this lack of recovery can contribute to changes in your cycle, energy dips, and disruptions in vaginal comfort. Creating a consistent nighttime routine, dimming lights, reducing screen exposure, and maintaining a cool, quiet environment helps support natural hormonal rhythms that directly benefit reproductive and vaginal health. Another often ignored factor is the impact of toxins and environmental exposures on hormonal function. Everyday items like plastics, scented soaps, detergents, and even certain cosmetics contain chemicals that mimic estrogen or block hormone receptors. These endocrine disruptors confuse your body's natural signaling system, leading to imbalances that can manifest as irregular cycles or vaginal discomfort. Reducing exposure by choosing glass or stainless steel containers, using fragrance-free personal care products, and opting for natural cleaning solutions can make a significant difference over time. Supporting the liver through proper nutrition and hydration also helps your body eliminate excess hormones and toxins effectively. Beyond the biological mechanisms, there's an emotional and psychological dimension to hormonal balance. Chronic stress, unresolved emotions, and a lack of connection with your body can all influence how your endocrine system functions. Mindfulness, meditation, and even simple breathing exercises can calm the nervous system, reduce cortisol levels, and promote a sense of balance that supports hormonal health. When your mind is at ease, your body can shift from survival mode to repair mode, allowing natural healing and regulation to occur. Taking back control of your hormonal health doesn't mean relying solely on medications or quick fixes. It's about understanding that your hormones respond to the sum of your daily choices: what you eat, how you move, how you rest, and how you handle stress. Small, consistent habits can create profound changes. Building a foundation of nutrient-dense food, consistent sleep, mindful movement, and emotional awareness helps restore your body's natural rhythm. Over time, these habits improve not just vaginal health, but your overall energy, confidence, and sense of well-being. When you start to feel more in tune with your body, you notice the subtle cues it gives you: changes in mood, energy, or physical sensations that reflect what's happening internally. Honoring those signals rather than ignoring them is a powerful act of self-care. Hormonal balance isn't a one-time goal. It's an ongoing relationship with your body, guided by awareness and consistent attention. When you support your hormones, Your body responds with strength, vitality, and resilience. And when your hormones are in harmony, your vaginal health naturally follows. Balanced, comfortable, and thriving. Nutrition and gut health form the foundation of your body's internal ecosystem. And when it comes to vaginal health, this connection runs deeper than most people realize. The food you eat doesn't just fuel your body, it directly shapes the environment in your gut, which in turn influences your hormones, immune system, and even the delicate balance of bacteria that protect the vaginal area. When your gut is healthy, it supports strong immunity, balanced hormones, and proper nutrient absorption, all of which play key roles in keeping vaginal tissues healthy, hydrated, and resilient. But when your gut microbiome is disrupted by poor diet, stress, antibiotics, or lifestyle habits, that imbalance can quickly ripple through the entire body, showing up as irritation, recurring infections, or hormonal swings that affect how you feel every day. Inside your digestive system lives a vast community of microorganisms known as the gut microbiome. This community includes trillions of bacteria, fungi, and other microbes that work together to digest food, produce vitamins, and regulate inflammation. The same is true for the vaginal microbiome, though on a smaller scale. Both systems rely on beneficial bacteria, especially species of lactobacillus, to keep harmful organisms in check. When the gut microbiome is diverse and balanced, it supports the vaginal microbiome by maintaining a healthy pH and preventing overgrowth of yeast or pathogenic bacteria. However, when the gut becomes inflamed or overrun with harmful microbes due to poor nutrition or antibiotics, this imbalance can spill over and affect vaginal health. The body's systems are interconnected, and when one part is thrown off, others follow. What you eat every day can either nourish or disrupt these internal systems. Diets high in processed foods, sugar, and refined carbohydrates can feed harmful bacteria and yeast, creating an environment of inflammation and imbalance. This can weaken your immune defenses and change the natural pH of the vagina, making it easier for infections to take hold. On the other hand, a diet rich in fiber, whole grains, fruits, vegetables, and fermented foods helps beneficial bacteria thrive. Fiber acts like food for your good gut bacteria, allowing them to produce short-chain fatty acids that reduce inflammation and support mucosal health, including the vaginal lining. Fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, and kimchi are packed with probiotics that replenish and diversify your gut flora, which indirectly supports the vaginal microbiome as well. Protein is another critical component that often goes unnoticed in discussions about women's health. Adequate protein intake supports hormone production, muscle maintenance, and tissue repair. Without enough high-quality protein from sources like lean meats, fish, eggs, or plant-based proteins, your body struggles to maintain normal hormonal function and immune strength. This weakness can manifest as fatigue, slower healing, and susceptibility to infections, including vaginal ones. Healthy fats are equally important as they serve as the building blocks for hormone synthesis. Omega-3 fatty acids found in salmon, chia seeds, and walnuts help reduce inflammation and support cell membrane integrity, ensuring that tissues, including vaginal cells, remain hydrated and flexible. Hydration is often overlooked, but plays a major role in both gut and vaginal health. Water helps flush out toxins, supports nutrient transport, and keeps tissues moist and resilient. When you're dehydrated, mucous membranes throughout the body, including the vagina, can become dry and more prone to irritation. Herbal teas and water, rich foods like cucumbers, leafy greens, and berries can help maintain hydration and support circulation. At the same time, limiting alcohol and caffeine can reduce dehydration and inflammation, both of which can disrupt the balance of bacteria in your body. The gut and vaginal microbiomes are also influenced by your immune system. Nearly 70% of your immune cells reside in the gut, making it the first line of defense against pathogens. When your gut is inflamed or weakened, your immune system becomes less effective, leaving other areas, such as the vaginal tract, vulnerable. Chronic inflammation from a poor diet or constant stress can trigger immune overactivity, which damages tissues and disrupts healthy bacteria. A diet rich in antioxidants, found in colorful fruits, vegetables, herbs, and spices, helps neutralize free radicals and reduce inflammation, supporting both gut and vaginal health in the long term. Probiotics and prebiotics can be especially helpful in restoring balance. Probiotics introduce beneficial bacteria into the gut, while prebiotics provide the nourishment those bacteria need to thrive. Together, they create a strong microbial environment that supports immune function and hormonal regulation. Some probiotic strains, particularly Lactobacillus rhamnosus and Lactobacillus reuteri, have been shown to specifically benefit vaginal health by preventing yeast overgrowth and maintaining optimal pH. These can be found in supplements or certain fermented foods. Prebiotics, which are found in foods like garlic, onions, asparagus, and bananas, act as fuel for these good bacteria, ensuring they continue to multiply and protect the body. Stress also plays a major role in gut and vaginal health. When you're under chronic stress, cortisol levels rise, slowing digestion and altering gut bacteria composition. This imbalance can lead to bloating, nutrient malabsorption, and inflammation that eventually affect hormone levels. Because hormones influence the vaginal environment, stress-related gut issues can indirectly lead to discomfort, dryness, or recurring infections. Managing stress through mindfulness, physical activity, or breathing techniques can help restore digestive balance and reduce hormonal fluctuations that impact vaginal comfort. Antibiotic use is another factor that disrupts the gut-vaginal connection. While antibiotics can be life-saving, they also destroy beneficial bacteria along with harmful ones. This disruption can cause gut dysbiosis and reduce the population of protective lactobacillus in the vaginal tract, increasing the risk of yeast infections and bacterial vaginosis. If antibiotics are necessary, it's important to replenish the microbiome afterward with probiotics, fiber-rich foods, and fermented options. Avoiding unnecessary antibiotic use and focusing on preventive health can go a long way toward maintaining this balance. Sleep, too, has a profound impact on both digestion and hormonal balance. During deep sleep, your body resets its circadian rhythms, repairs tissues, and regulates the gut-brain axis, the communication network between your digestive system and central nervous system. When sleep is disrupted, gut bacteria diversity can decrease, leading to inflammation and hormonal imbalances. These disruptions often translate into physical symptoms, such as fatigue, irregular cycles, and changes in vaginal health. Prioritizing restorative sleep by keeping a consistent bedtime, limiting screens, and creating a calm environment can significantly improve both gut function and overall body balance. Your gut also plays a role in detoxification and hormone clearance. The liver processes hormones and toxins, but it relies on a healthy gut to eliminate them from the body efficiently. When your gut bacteria are out of balance, estrogen can be reabsorbed into the bloodstream rather than excreted, leading to estrogen dominance, a condition that can cause bloating, mood swings, irregular cycles, and vaginal changes. Supporting your gut with fiber, hydration, and a diet low in processed foods helps your body clear excess hormones and maintain a healthy equilibrium. Ultimately, the relationship between nutrition, gut health, and vaginal well-being is about maintaining internal harmony. Every meal, every choice, and every habit contributes to that balance. A well-nourished gut fosters hormonal stability, reduces inflammation, and strengthens immunity, all of which create an internal environment where the vaginal microbiome can thrive. Taking care of your gut isn't just about digestion. It's about supporting your whole body from the inside out. When you begin to view your health as an interconnected system rather than separate parts, you start to see how deeply your daily choices matter. A plate of colorful vegetables, a glass of water, an extra hour of sleep, all of these small actions ripple through your system, creating resilience and balance. The gut and the vagina may seem like distant parts of the body, but they communicate constantly, influencing each other through hormones, bacteria, and immune responses. By nurturing one, you're supporting the other. The goal isn't perfection, but consistency. Building habits that make your body feel supported, nourished, and strong. Over time, as your gut heals and your nutrition improves, you'll likely notice fewer digestive issues, better energy, and more balance in your menstrual and vaginal health. When your inner ecosystem is thriving, your body responds with clarity, confidence, and vitality. Taking care of your gut is one of the most powerful ways to take back control of your vaginal health and your overall well-being. Stress management is one of the most underestimated aspects of maintaining hormonal and vaginal health, yet it affects nearly every function in the body. Modern life is fast-paced, filled with constant demands, digital distractions, and emotional pressures that keep the body in a near constant state of alert. This state, known as chronic stress, quietly disrupts the delicate hormonal balance that supports everything from energy and metabolism to reproductive health. When stress hormones like cortisol remain elevated for too long, the body begins to divert energy away from essential processes such as hormone production, digestion, and tissue repair. This can lead to fatigue, mood swings, irregular menstrual cycles, and noticeable changes in vaginal health such as dryness, discomfort, or increased susceptibility to infections. Understanding the connection between stress and hormonal stability is key to reclaiming control of your health and building long-term resilience. When the body senses stress, whether from an argument, a deadline, lack of sleep, or even overexercising, it activates the hypothalamic, pituitary, adrenal axis, which signals the release of cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones are designed to help you react to immediate threats by increasing alertness and energy. However, when stress becomes a constant part of daily life, cortisol stays high, throwing other hormones like estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone out of balance. Cortisol competes with these hormones for resources, meaning the body produces fewer of them when stress levels are elevated. Over time, this can suppress ovulation, lead to irregular or absent menstrual cycles, and cause a decline in estrogen and progesterone that directly affects vaginal lubrication, elasticity, and pH balance. The effects of stress don't stop at the hormonal level, they extend into the immune and nervous systems. High cortisol levels suppress the immune response, leaving you more vulnerable to infections, including urinary tract and vaginal infections. Stress also affects the gut-brain axis, which connects emotional well-being to gut and vaginal microbiome health. When stress disrupts digestion, it can lead to inflammation, bloating, and imbalances in gut bacteria. Since the gut microbiome influences the vaginal microbiome, this imbalance can result in discomfort, odor, or recurring infections. This cycle often creates even more stress, reinforcing the imbalance and making it harder for the body to return to equilibrium. Emotional stress can also manifest physically through muscle tension and restricted blood flow, particularly in the pelvic area. When you're stressed, your muscles tighten and circulation decreases, which can limit the delivery of oxygen and nutrients to the vaginal tissues. This lack of circulation may contribute to dryness or discomfort. On a deeper level, chronic stress can disconnect you from your body, making it harder to notice subtle signs of imbalance. Over time, you may begin to feel detached, fatigued, or out of sync with your natural rhythms, which further affects hormonal health. Managing stress effectively begins with awareness, recognizing when your body is operating in fight or flight mode and learning how to bring it back to a state of calm. Simple daily habits can make a profound difference. One of the most effective ways to lower cortisol is through consistent, moderate physical activity. Movement helps regulate stress hormones, boost endorphins, and improve circulation, all of which support hormonal balance and vaginal health. Activities like walking, yoga, swimming, or strength training can help release physical tension while grounding the nervous system. It's important, however, to find balance. Excessive or intense exercise without adequate recovery can elevate cortisol instead of reducing it. Breathing exercises are another powerful, science-backed way to regulate the nervous system. Deep, slow breathing signals the body that it's safe, reducing the production of stress hormones and activating the parasympathetic nervous system. The rest and digest state where healing and hormonal repair occur. Even a few minutes of intentional breathing each day can help stabilize mood, improve focus, and create space for emotional release. Meditation, mindfulness, and gentle movement practices, such as Tai Chi or stretching, can also calm the nervous system and promote hormonal balance. Sleep plays an equally vital role in managing stress and maintaining hormonal health. When you sleep, your body resets cortisol levels, repairs tissues, and regulates the endocrine system. Chronic sleep deprivation keeps cortisol levels high and lowers the production of growth hormone and sex hormones. Over time, this imbalance can lead to irregular cycles, low energy, and changes in vaginal comfort. Creating a consistent bedtime routine that includes winding down, reducing screen time, and maintaining a dark, quiet environment can help restore deep, restorative sleep and allow the body to return to balance. Nutrition also influences how the body responds to stress. Certain foods can either support or strain your stress response system. Diets high in processed foods, sugar, and caffeine can trigger cortisol spikes and blood sugar crashes, making stress harder to manage. In contrast, balanced meals rich in protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates provide steady energy and stabilize hormones. Magnesium-rich foods such as leafy greens, avocados, nuts, and seeds help calm the nervous system and regulate cortisol. B vitamins support adrenal function, while omega-3 fatty acids from fish or flax seeds help reduce inflammation caused by chronic stress. Hydration also matters, as dehydration can raise cortisol and fatigue levels, making stress symptoms feel worse. Emotional stress management involves more than just relaxation. It's about creating boundaries, connection, and meaning in daily life. Many people underestimate how much emotional load they carry, from work pressure to family responsibilities. Taking time to pause, reflect, and prioritize your mental health helps lower overall stress levels. Social connection is one of the most powerful buffers against chronic stress. Spending time with supportive friends, family, or community members releases oxytocin, a hormone that naturally reduces cortisol and promotes feelings of safety and calm. Even simple acts like laughter, hugs, or positive conversations can shift the body from a stress state to one of ease. Another key aspect of stress management is mindset. How you perceive challenges can influence how your body reacts to them. Viewing stress as something you can manage or learn from rather than something that controls you changes the hormonal response. When you feel empowered, your body produces fewer stress hormones and recovers faster. Practices like journaling, gratitude reflection, or affirmations can help reframe negative thoughts and build mental resilience. Over time, this strengthens not just emotional well-being, but also physical health, as lower cortisol levels allow your hormones, immune system, and microbiome to stabilize. Chronic stress also affects self-care habits in subtle ways. When you're overwhelmed, you may skip meals, rely on caffeine, reduce movement, or neglect sleep, all of which further disrupt hormonal balance. Rebuilding structure through small, intentional habits creates a sense of stability. Starting the day with a nutritious breakfast, spending a few minutes in sunlight, or taking breaks to stretch can help regulate circadian rhythms and signal safety to the body. These consistent habits slowly reprogram your stress response system and support long-term health. In the context of vaginal health, managing stress isn't just about feeling calmer. It's about restoring harmony to the entire body. Lowering cortisol allows estrogen and progesterone to function optimally, keeping vaginal tissues nourished, elastic, and well lubricated. It also strengthens immune defenses, reducing the likelihood of infections or inflammation. Women who learn to manage stress effectively often notice improvements not just in mood and energy, but also in their cycles, sleep, and overall sense of vitality. True stress management isn't about eliminating every challenge, but about developing resilience. The ability to recover quickly and stay centered, even when life is demanding. It's about learning to listen to your body, set healthy boundaries, and honor your need for rest and balance. When you create a lifestyle that supports your nervous system, your hormones respond in kind, and your vaginal health reflects that balance. Over time, the connection between your mind and body becomes stronger, helping you feel more grounded, confident, and in control of your well-being. The path to better health doesn't come from suppressing stress, but from transforming how you relate to it. Each time you take a deep breath, move your body, rest intentionally, or choose nourishing food, you're telling your body that it's safe to relax, heal, and thrive. That message ripples through every cell, bringing your hormones, immune system, and reproductive health back into alignment. Managing stress is not a luxury. It's a necessity for long-term hormonal balance. Emotional stability and vibrant, confident health. Consistency in healthy lifestyle habits is one of the most powerful, long-term ways to build confidence, balance hormones, and maintain vaginal health. While it's tempting to look for quick fixes or miracle supplements, true health comes from the small choices you make every single day. Your body thrives on routine and predictability. Consistent sleep, regular movement, nourishing meals, and mindful self-care form the foundation of lasting wellness. These steady habits allow your hormones, metabolism, and nervous system to work in harmony, creating a strong foundation for physical comfort, mental clarity, and emotional resilience. When your lifestyle supports your biology, you naturally feel more confident and in control of your body. One of the most important aspects of consistency is maintaining stable routines that align with your body's natural rhythms. Your circadian rhythm, the internal clock that regulates sleep, hormones, and digestion, depends on predictable patterns. Going to bed and waking up at the same time each day helps your body produce hormones like cortisol and melatonin at the right times, which directly impacts energy, mood, and reproductive function. When you constantly shift your schedule, staying up late, skipping meals, or sleeping irregularly, you send confusing signals to your body, making it harder to regulate hormones like estrogen, progesterone, and insulin. Over time, this inconsistency can lead to fatigue, cycle irregularities, and changes in vaginal health. Establishing regular habits like consistent sleep, meal times, and movement helps bring your body back into balance and builds long-term vitality. Nutrition is another area where consistency pays off. A single healthy meal doesn't change much, but a pattern of balanced eating over time can transform your health from the inside out. When you regularly fuel your body with nutrient-dense foods, lean proteins, healthy fats, fiber-rich vegetables, and complex carbohydrates, you provide the building blocks your hormones need to function properly. Hormones like estrogen and progesterone are synthesized from cholesterol and amino acids, which come directly from the foods you eat. Without steady nourishment, your body struggles to maintain these critical processes. Eating consistently also helps regulate blood sugar, which is essential for hormonal balance. Large fluctuations in blood sugar from skipping meals or eating too much processed food can trigger cortisol spikes and disrupt reproductive hormones. By developing a steady eating rhythm, 3 balanced meals a day with nutrient-rich snacks as needed, you give your body the stability it craves to maintain harmony and health. Movement is another cornerstone of consistency. Regular physical activity supports every system in your body, from circulation and metabolism to mood and hormonal balance. You don't need to spend hours at the gym. What matters most is regularity and sustainability. Daily movement, even something as simple as walking, stretching, or yoga, keeps blood flowing, reduces inflammation, and promotes the release of endorphins that lower stress. Strength training 2 to 3 times per week helps maintain muscle mass, which supports metabolic health and hormonal regulation. When you move your body consistently, you also improve pelvic blood flow, which nourishes vaginal tissues, supports elasticity, and promotes natural lubrication. Consistency in movement helps you stay connected to your body, build strength, and improve confidence, not just in appearance, but in overall health and vitality. Stress management becomes far more effective when it's practiced regularly rather than reactively. Many people wait until they're overwhelmed before trying to relax. But true balance comes from small, consistent practices that prevent chronic stress from taking over. Daily mindfulness, breathing exercises, or short breaks to stretch and reflect can make a huge difference in how your body handles pressure. The nervous system learns through repetition. Each time you practice calmness, you reinforce the message that you are safe. Over time, this lowers baseline cortisol levels, allowing your hormones to remain balanced and your energy to stay stable. A calm nervous system also supports better digestion, improved sleep, and a healthier vaginal microbiome, since all of these systems are interconnected. Sleep consistency is equally essential for maintaining hormonal stability and overall confidence. Deep, restorative sleep is when your body repairs tissues, produces growth hormone, and resets your hormonal rhythms. Irregular sleep patterns or chronic sleep deprivation can throw off cortisol, insulin, and estrogen levels, leading to fatigue, mood swings, and changes in vaginal comfort. Creating a consistent bedtime routine, turning off screens an hour before bed, dimming the lights, and creating a relaxing environment signals to your body that it's time to rest. When you make sleep a priority every night, your body begins to function more efficiently during the day, improving focus, energy, and mood. Over time, this steady rhythm enhances not just physical health but emotional resilience as well. Consistency also applies to hydration and recovery. Your body depends on water for nearly every biological process: circulation, temperature regulation, digestion, and tissue health. When you're consistently hydrated, your vaginal tissues stay more supple and resilient, and your metabolism works more effectively. Aiming for steady hydration throughout the day is far more beneficial than drinking large amounts all at once. Likewise, giving your body time to rest and recover, whether after exercise, stress, or illness, is crucial. Recovery isn't laziness, it's part of a balanced lifestyle. Regular rest allows your body to rebuild and strengthens your immune system, which protects you from infections and supports overall reproductive health. Emotional consistency is another form of stability that deeply affects the body. Building routines that include self-reflection, gratitude, or journaling helps regulate emotional responses and reduces mental stress. When you consistently acknowledge and manage your emotions, you prevent the buildup of internal tension that can manifest as physical symptoms. Emotional balance supports hormonal health because your endocrine system responds directly to your emotional state. Chronic emotional turmoil can trigger stress hormones that disrupt your menstrual cycle, libido, and vaginal comfort. Consistent emotional care, through therapy, journaling, or meaningful connection, creates an internal sense of calm that radiates through your physical health. Confidence grows when your body feels reliable, and reliability comes from consistency. When you keep promises to yourself, like showing up for workouts, eating balanced meals, or going to bed on time, you build trust in your own ability to care for your health. This trust is the foundation of confidence. You no longer feel at the mercy of symptoms or circumstances because you know your habits are supporting you. Over time, consistent action creates momentum, and that momentum reinforces motivation. Instead of viewing health as a series of drastic changes or temporary diets, it becomes a lifestyle rooted in self-respect and awareness. The benefits of consistent healthy living extend beyond physical well-being. They influence mindset and emotional health as well. When your routines are stable, you feel grounded, focused, and more capable of handling challenges. You stop reacting impulsively to stress or fatigue and start responding with clarity. This sense of balance enhances your overall self-esteem. In women's health, especially as the body ages or transitions through hormonal shifts, consistency becomes even more valuable. It allows your body to adapt gracefully, maintain hormonal stability, and support vaginal health through every phase of life. A healthy lifestyle doesn't mean perfection. It means showing up for yourself consistently, even in small ways. It's about drinking water before you feel thirsty, eating nourishing food before you're starving, and moving your body even when motivation is low. It's about recognizing that your future health is built on today's habits. Small, repeated actions Getting enough sleep, managing stress, staying active, and fueling your body build resilience that no quick fix can replace. Over months and years, these choices strengthen your body's systems and give you lasting confidence in how you feel and function. When you live consistently in alignment with your health goals, your body responds with balance, energy, and vitality. Your hormones stay stable, your immune system stays strong, and your vaginal health remains resilient. Most importantly, you develop a deep sense of trust in your body's ability to heal and thrive. Confidence doesn't come from external validation. It grows from within, nurtured by the daily commitment to care for yourself. Consistency creates that foundation, turning small habits into a powerful force for lifelong health and self-assurance.